Should I retie my hair? Might be a little messy. It might be a little messy.
My hair might be a little messy, but that's a natural thing for me.
Ah, lights. There we go. A nice warm light upon my face. Ugh. Ow. Am I slapping myself? I slap myself silly. I slap myself silly. Let's see. Hello, Bella. Welcome to the show. My headphones work now, sort of. Yay! Headphone hours!
Allow me to make you regret that.
Nah. I won't be mean about it. Ooh, I do need to get myself a snack of some sort. So while we're here, let's... You guys go ahead and talk amongst yourselves, I suppose. Let's see. What do I got? What do I got? Actually, wait. Is that gonna clear up some space on my computer? Empty that recycling bin. Not even a gig? Come on! I guess most of the file space for that was just taking up a little baby corner of the computer, I guess. So weird, though. So weird. Anyway, speaking of taking up file space, it's probably gonna be a great lot of file sharing here today, because I'm realizing there's a lot of stuff in these files. I'm gonna have to go get my headphones. Highlight of my dad is a two-year-old nephew learning a sus look. Well, well, let's see. Oh, this sounds adorable. That's so cute. Oh my gosh, squad, that's so adorable. I'm gonna take to letting Cuphead and Mugman read your chats for me. That way you guys can get some reading in. But I'm gonna go on about that snack thing for a moment. Can I turn on some music that won't be copyrighted? Oh yeah, I know how to turn on some music that won't be copyrighted. My music. Oh, this is gonna be one of my favorites. Gotta open that, and okay, there we go. And that was the Straw Hat Rag, inspired by the, inspired heavily by, let's see, which rag is it? Let's see. It was Scott Joplin. Straw Hat Rag. Written by yours truly. Inspired by Scott Joplin's, there's so many rags. Hang on. Let me just rag. Rag. Scott Joplin. The Maple Leaf Rag. That was it. Yeah, that's a tough one to remember for some reason. But there you go. That's some musical enjoyment for ourselves. All right, flatten that up and get it out of here. You wrote that? I actually thought it was an old piece from the 20s or 30s. Yeah, no, I definitely did that. Part of my intention was to have a repetitive structure that would allow for it to basically function as a timer. The song is exactly 4 minutes long until the ending, basically. The whole idea is that every repeated section marks a 1 minute mark in the tune. Did you not see that he wrote that about you? That's good comedy. Alright, in a minute here, we will begin the proceedings proper. Got a few things on my list. In fact, I should actually write down that list so that I don't forget. That's what I'm gonna do right now. All right, I've written up a handful of talking points. All right, before I do my intro and completely cut off all the footage at the front of this thing, we are going, I'll say this, that we're probably going to keep this stream to 1 hour or 2 hours, whichever comes first, whether we finish up our talking points or, the stream, gets too dull. So, that is what we will be doing. In 3, 2, 1. And a great big hey howdy hey to all you wonderful people out there in internet land. Welcome to Auzi's Animation Roundtable. That's what we're calling it for now, but we may change that name by the end of tonight. Tonight's discussion on our Animation Roundtable will be television nostalgia. 11 minutes, 22 minutes, educational, non-educational. What are your favorite TV shows of animated variety growing up? Also, good and bad video game animation. Otherwise known as why Cuphead is not the only great animation in indie video gaming lately. And of course, what do we call these streams? Because this is basically turning into its own side form of a podcast sort of thing. So we want to come up with a little bit more of a pithy name than just Auzi's Animation Roundtable. So, but let's go ahead and begin by getting up a very thematically appropriate image. Made an old title card for a cartoon that I never did make. I feel it'd be perfect for this particular, the start of this particular discussion. And it's right there. Man, that's an old design of Josephine if I ever saw it. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I don't think it'll collect that. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't want to capture that. Can I open the image with a different program? Yes, let's choose another app. let's look at other apps, I suppose. Okay, well, you know what? I think that might have to do it. Let's crack open the photo shop, I guess. Yeah, it's all it'll work, then that's all it'll work. Hang on. Alright, display window. Can you not display a Photoshop window, you son of a bitch? Hang on. It is displaying now? Ah, Shasta. Oh, it's invisible. Okay, let me try something then. Crack it open. Weird. Anyway, whatever. It'll have to do. There we go. There, it's in there. It's not invisible anymore. All right. So, let's talk about our favorite television tunes. What do you remember growing up? What are your favorite shows going on now? I know that Dead End Paranormal Park has been on Netflix for a while, and I will be watching it tomorrow, guaranteed. But I hear good things. First cartoon I remember enjoying was The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Oh, Lord, that's a delightful show. I love the hell. We had VHS sets of like packages of a few episodes. Depending on, you mean the 90s or the 2000s? Oh yeah, no doubt. Like I think most of us are in the age range of, well, no, 90s or 2000s cartoons as our general childhood area, depending on how old we are as individuals. No, New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. They would do those VHS collections. They would like package like 3 or 4 episodes onto like a little VHS. Hang on, I'm getting really sweaty. This should do. Holy moly. Just need to wipe my forehead every now and then. And I already took a shower today. Anyway, the VHS taste made me think the show lasted longer than it actually did. Yeah, the VHS collections were always like thematic in a way. It's like we're learning and playing, or like we're sharing and caring, and so they'll have like episodes that are packaged together based on those, you know, like general life lessons and shit. I had the Laughing and Playing one, which had like Tigger pretending to be like the Scarlet Pimpernel, or as he called it, the Masked Avenger. There was the one, there was the cowboy episode was in that one. I know they did a few Old West episodes, but this was specifically the one with the runaway train, and the toy train. It opens up in Christopher Robin's room with the toy train, and then they have a whole thing about like playing like they're in the Old West and there's a runaway train. And then let's see what else. There was also the pirate. The pirate one was also a part of that collection, and I think that was all the episodes that were on that VHS. The Laughing and Playing with Winnie the Pooh. But yeah, that's usually how they batched episodes together on those VHSs. I mean, I have to imagine there were some VHSs that just had episodes in chronological order. One Saturday morning in Disney Afternoon. You know, Disney Afternoon, I'm familiar with the Disney Afternoon lineup. You got Darkwing Duck, Bonkers, Gummy Bears, Shinookas and Meat, DuckTales, Tailspin, and a host of others that I probably left off just because I forgot about them, like Quack Pack and Duck. Mighty Ducks. Okay. But yeah, no, oh, Raw Tunage as well. But what were the lineup for One Saturday Morning? Because, like, I know that Kim Possible and, okay. Well, when you get back, let me know what was on one Saturday morning, because I only know, like, Kim Possible and Proud Family were on that, but I'm pretty sure there was more than just that. My thought is that one Saturday morning was an attempt to keep Disney shows, you know, across multiple channels so that Disney got more viewership. I don't know, I guess they didn't have, I guess even into the early 2000s, they still didn't have faith in their television department or something. Caught bits of one Saturday morning on occasion, but most of the shows I only saw when they went to Toon Disney. Toon Disney was a short-lived little thing. Now, here's a question for you. Did Toon Disney, like, become Disney XD, or were they two separate channels that ultimately one failed and then another rose up? Because there was also JetX, which was a Disney-owned channel. Was it JetX? Was it called JetX? Hang on. Jetix, okay. At least I think. Jetix. I'm pretty sure if I see the logo, I'll confirm. Yeah, that's it. Jetix. List of programs broadcasted by Jetix. But yeah, no, that was also very much a Disney-owned network. Some of the shows were Disney-produced, and others were just Disney licensed them. Let's see. Shows included in Disney's Doug, Recess, Pepper Ann, Teacher's Pet, The House of Mouse, and Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Sounds like a fucking blast. I love pretty much everything you just said there. Unfamiliar with Teacher's Pet, but I hear it's funny. Jetix was a block on Toon Disney, and yes, Toon Disney did become Disney XD. Interesting. Yeah, because there was also, like, the Disney Channel didn't, like, pop out of nothing, because there was a Disney Channel that Disney had, like, to show their movies and shit, and they didn't air, and eventually Disney Channel evolved into what we know as the Disney sitcoms and the Disney Channel original movies, and also had a children's block like Nickelodeon does, or did, which was called Playhouse Disney at the time, but then became Disney Junior. Because I think Nick Jr. and Nickelodeon are now separate channels. Because it used to be that they would have the children, the little kids who were too young for preschool who had to stay home. They would have that block for them in the mornings, in like the morning to early afternoon, and then as soon as kids got off school, the older kids shows would come on. Even PBS still operates this way. PBS Kids still runs in like the morning and early afternoon, and then the late afternoon is taken up by like about I want to say a 4-hour block of shows called PBS Kids Go that's geared toward the older crowd, the older child crowd. Nick Jr. channel started out as Noggin and became Nick Jr. in 2009. Interesting. Yeah, I remember watching Noggin for a while. We had Noggin in the house. Remember the Moose? Was it a moose? Moose and bird characters? They're really cute. But yeah, no. Because Noggin was its own channel, but Nick Jr. was a block on the Nickelodeon television network. So like Blue's Clues and Dora the Explorer would play in the morning. Moose A, Moose, and Z. Thank you. But like, yeah, no, because like Nick Jr. would play like Dora the Explorer, Go Diego Go when that came around as a Dora the Explorer spinoff, and like Blue's Clues and those kinds of programs. Whereas in the afternoons you would get your SpongeBob, whatever else was on at the time. I didn't watch Nickelodeon when the Nick Jr. craze was going around, so. Most of the stuff I'm familiar comes with an eclectic number of channels. Like, I would always watch Barney, a little bit of Sesame Street, mostly Between the Lions, and Clifford the Big Red Dog on PBS. But I never watched Thomas the Tank Engine when it was on TV. I only ever watched it on the VHS tapes. So I never knew anything about Mr. Conductor at all. So when I came to the movie, it was like, oh, what's all this new shit? But apparently if I had watched the show growing up, I'd be like, oh, it's Mr. Conductor, obviously. But, you know, I didn't know that. But it did make sense to me when they changed, when in the TV show, when in the VHS releases, Alec Baldwin was doing the narration because he was in the movie, and it was like, oh, they tied the show and the movie together. That's great. Cartoonito's, Cartoon Network's answer to having a preschool block. Well, I don't think Cartoon Network really wants a preschool block because everybody wants, like, a separate channel. Let's expand our viewership to multiple networks because I guess it'll inflate the numbers of, like, how many TV channels are being watched, and then TV will, you know, keep the IV in for a little longer. I mean, television is on life support, but it's also, TV is also waving its cane around saying, I ain't gone yet! You can't make me go! It's like, I'm your guardian angel. Get the fuck out of here! I ain't ready yet! That's what TV is like right now. It's like hanging on by a thread, but it's also very, very much fighting for itself. It's like, I ain't kicking that bucket, sonny! I mean, good lord. Okay, you want a freaky little nugget of animation? The Disney Channel movie night bumper. And I think this would actually be super appropriate to pull up and view. Because, you know. Okay. Movie night intro. Not that one. Not that one. Though I definitely think that one is inspired by it. No. No, not quite. Disney Channel movie intro? There has to be a version of this flying around. Okay, that's the 99 intro. No, seriously, this is an old thing. Had it taped to a VHS, that was showing the back half of, I think the VHS had, I want to say the VHS that was recorded had Blue's Clues, the back half of a Walt Disney train special that ended in the Donald Duck cartoon to scale, which features Donald Duck with a model train set, and then it would have the Disney Channel, the Disney Channel movie night intro. I'm sure of this. Hang on. Disney movie intro, ride, because this is the thing. They actually set it up with like a lap bar thing. Where is this? Where is it? Good lord. I was able to find it a while ago. I remember Cartoon Theater from Cartoon Network. Well, that's gonna be more familiar with people who knew Cartoon Network back in the day, which is not me. Perhaps I should do the no, not that. '90s. I mean, that's close. Not quite, though. I'm getting there. Oh! It wasn't a movie night thing. That's right, because it would end with Zorro. That's right. Here we go. Here we go. This is what we're looking for. Here we go. Wait, nope, that's a little lower quality. Here we go. Gotta say, it's an absolutely wild one. I'll say, just completely wacky. Never watched this myself, but I saw it in the bumper compilations on YouTube. Yeah, no, because like the VHS would always end with that and the theme song to Zorro, and that's when I knew, okay, the VHS is definitely over by this point. Hit rewind. I don't think I remember it being preceded by Blue's Clues. Blue's Clues, the back half of a Disney cartoon train special. So that sort of thing. I'm not dead. I still watch TV for game shows. Yeah, you know, that's definitely worth it, because outside of television, where are the game shows gonna go? And I do actually mean this in legit, because aside from the obvious things where, oh, let's have an animated thing for a game show, like Press Your Luck, having the little animated imps of the whammies, but like, where are most game shows gonna go? That is an excellent question. But that's always a great. On the topic of Cartoon Ito though, Cartoon Ito, they're doing their own version of. They're doing their own version of Thomas the Tank Engine, which largely, and I do mean largely, seems to resemble more of that CGI monster truck show with the way the characters are able to just hop around. And this is one of the many, many reasons why Thomas the Tank Engine really belongs in the original form that it was in, with the little model trains, because there's an adorable aesthetic to actually seeing model trains, you know. You mean Blaze and the Monster Machines? I believe that is the show that I'm talking about. You know, the way they would just. And the same way that you kind of see in the Cars movies, the way they bounce and use their suspension in really funny ways. But yeah, no, it's like, they're trains. If a train is derailing itself on a regular basis, you're getting rid of that train. It doesn't matter how skilled. Don't do it. That train is not worth the trouble when it's causing you trouble in that regard. That all having been said, did anybody else see Tom Ska's video on the horrors of the Thomas the Tank Engine universe? If not, then I will share the link. And if you have watched it, I will share the link anyway, because it is a funny video. Okay, copying the link now. But if you want to find this, just search Tom Ska, Thomas the Tank Engine, if you're watching this after the fact and can't click the link. But yeah, no, that's definitely a funny one, I'll say. Now, on the topic of more childhood wonders and wonderments, did anyone here at all find any interest in the CGI television program My Friends Tigger and Pooh? Because there's a very weird thing in terms of discussing that show. I think a couple of different things, really. But like, one of the biggest weird things is the show is called My Friends Tigger and Pooh, right? So you'd probably think, well, your friends Tigger and Pooh, of course, and all their other friends, but like that came around when I outgrew the Playhouse Disney. Well, wacky thing about that show is the general concept is not even just Darby and her dog spending time with Winnie the Pooh in the game. It's about how there's always got to be some kind of problem solving to go on, and so you call in the super sleuths. Tigger and Pooh and Darby all get a blue color scheme. She dons a thinking cap, and Tigger and Pooh get these like. Pooh is wearing a blue shirt with like an S on it, I think. And then like Tigger is bouncing around in a sweater and goggles, and it's like, I don't know, they're doing this in service to like add some intrigue to the show. When I don't know if you ever watched the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, there's already a lot of fun to be had in just hanging out with the Winnie the Pooh characters, in both that show and the movie, the shorts that Disney did back in the day. There's a lot of adventure to be found, even when Christopher Robin is away. Like, it's just so interesting that the Winnie the Pooh characters have become so thoroughly divorced from the need for Christopher Robin. And I guess in some respects that's true in some of the chapters in the book as well. But like, the characters get on well by themselves. You don't need Christopher Robin or any human character to make them interesting. It's not like Darby was exceptionally annoying, so that much is a benefit. But what I really love about My Friends Tigger and Pooh is not the show itself, but what it spawned. The direct-to-video TV musical Tigger and Pooh and a Musical 2. Have any of you heard of this? Because this movie is kind of nutso. It's a little weird. It's a weird one. So the movie begins with a big opening number about how they're all one big happy family, and everyone sing, and they toss the words from one person to the next. So it's like, one big happy family. I've got you and you've got me. And then what happens is that they're just so impressed. They're so thoroughly impressed with how great a job Rabbit has done organizing the picnic, like he presumably does every time they have a picnic. Like he just does. He's good at organizing. And so then they jump to the conclusion he should be the mayor of the 100-Acre Wood. He immediately turns it into a totalitarian dictatorship in a dystopian way. In a very George Orwellian way, like literally Animal Farm. He writes all of his rules on a wall, just a few simple rules to follow to a T, and what a splendid 100-Acre Wood it will be. Just he completely upends the very free the free reign society that they have on the 100-Acre Wood. It's not so much a government system as much as it is just a suburban, like not even a homeowners association. It's just suburban living is what the 100-Acre Wood is like. It's just like a townhouse or a condominium. and everybody, you know, gets on well doing their own thing. Don't bother you. I won't bother you. We can hang out. We're friends. It's like, it's not like blatantly communism or anything, but it's like they have a good thing going. Rabbit completely upends that and makes life hell for mostly the most eccentric people. The most eccentric people, he's making life a bit miserable for them, right? Like, so Pooh, he's putting him on a diet, like, against his will. To imagine the government doing something like that, you know, saying what you can or can't do with your body. It couldn't be happening in real life, could it? Anyway, topical commentary aside, Tigger is prevented from bouncing more than an hour a day, which leads into his own musical number about how he loves to bounce and ultimately lands on Rabbit yet again. But Tigger just cannot stop bouncing. He needs to let out his energy. So Rabbit's like, fine! You think that being mayor is so easy peasy? Why don't you do it? On your half! So he draws a line, dead ass, a big white line down the middle of the 100-acre wood, and this poor sap piglet, his house is right on the line. Oh, Lord. So then there's another musical number called Our Grass is Greener. But the big motif and chorus of the song is centered around the melodic and it kind of goes usually over here with me and my friends. It's like basically, what side are you gonna choose, Piglet? Are you going to be on the side that knows what to do with itself, or are you gonna be with the frivolous, like, bouncy, trouncy, flouncy, pouncy folk? It's like, and it's just an absolute miserable misery fest, right? So what you get here is this dichotomy of like you split up rules. Like, okay, so Rabbits went so hard on rules and order that everybody hated it, and then Tigger went so loose with the rules, not like anarchism, but just like, you just go do whatever the fuck you want, like, without even any regard for like things that should do. Like, Rabbit always struck me as kind of like the nervous mother, or like Winnie the Pooh Civil War. But the thing is, Rabbit was always kind of like the nervous parent, reminding everyone that it's winter time and we must have stored up food. The storm is coming, like in the Tigger movie. That's the kind of role he's served. He's definitely much more gentle in that regard. but now he goes so hard on the rules, and it's like, well, if everybody did it this way, everything would be perfect. But now everything's completely fucked, right? So, like, on Rabbit's side, they're having a pretty decently organized picnic, right? But of course, Tigger and Pooh would always bring the games, so they're kind of shot down for, you know, what to do for fun. And on Tigger's side, the food and the organizational skills were mostly handled by Rabbit. So his picnic isn't going well, and they each try to start the song, but the 100-acre wood is so perfectly divided that half of the song is on one side, so it's like, one, happy, I've, you, me, and then on the other side it's big, family, got, and got. And they can't keep the song together for longer than a few minutes, and then Pooh sings this beautiful song like he's wont to do in some of these movies. Like, the Honeybee song is a nice little lullaby that he does. He has that song about trying to find Christopher Robin underneath the same sky. No, wait, that's the song from like the American Tale. But he has a similar kind of song in a solo though in the Search for Christopher Robin, I think is what it's called. But he has this song here, and And then a female singer on an acoustic guitar, like she's on a Taylor Swift album, just comes in. And like, come on, let Pooh sing! Come on! But then everything turns out it's like, Tigger, it's absolutely miserable here without any fun. And then it's like, Rabbit, it's absolutely miserable here without your organizational skills. So they finally disband the mayors. They disband the mayorship, and everyone's back to being one big happy family, doing picnics filled with glee, and that sort of thing. Just, it all started because of a fucking picnic. I can't. It sounds like some Alice in Wonderland bullshit, doesn't it? Like, oh, the political spectrum is so divided after they overthrew the Queen of Hearts, well, what do we do now? And the White Rabbit wants to keep everything orderly and on time. But the Mad Hatter, and the March Hare start an anarchist party. But yeah, Tigger and Pooh in a musical too. If you've got a chance, it's not bad. And I definitely recommend it if you got little kids. If you got younger siblings or cousins, definitely share it with them, because they'll definitely get a kick out of it. Tigger's songs are obviously the ones that get the most jazzy and bouncy, as is to be expected with a character like Tigger. Though I still have to say something really weird, that his main song, Bouncin', in the musical, in Tigger and Pooh in a Musical 2, is like, it's got the energy, but the musical score is really weird. It's a very specific problem that I noticed, is that the mixing is wrong. It's a big Broadway musical number, and it's got the strings to back it up and such, and it does the big ol' like bop key change at the end, where it slows down a little bit and then it picks up a little bit. But like, what's really weird is that the music is too quiet. It's like the song matches his energy to a certain degree, but the music just flits a little in the background. In fact, I think the solo where he does his little tap dance bit could have had a little more oomph to it, you know? It's like, it's a Tigger song, for fuck's sake. That's why I think the grass is greenier is definitely much better fit for Tigger. If you want a good Tigger-based musical, the Tigger movie is always a good pick. It's a great message about a family and what it means to be a family, and like all that stuff. And of course, it's also just a great show for yet another Winnie the Pooh musical, because there's a lot of those Winnie the Pooh musicals. Like, you got the classic, which has plenty of songs in it, the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. You also got the Tigger movie, but The Search for Christopher Robin is a musical. Rabbit's got a great song about how the map must be correct, cause if it says so, then it is so. It's a great bit. I still have my VHS copy of the Tigger movie. Fuck yeah, that's awesome. I'm just gonna say this right now. It's like, if a movie was ever released in widescreen, I always try to find it in widescreen. I hate the fact that the only copy I have of Cats Don't Dance is in full screen, as opposed to the full widescreen that I know exists out there somewhere. Maybe I'll just have to purchase it on iTunes or something. But I will take a full frame version if we're watching shit on VHS. Fuck yeah, that's my jam. That feels so nostalgic for me, watching things on VHS. It's like, oh, the lines, the rewinding, the sound it makes when it rewinds and fast forwards. Feeling something, man. I'm feeling things. Okay, now, but yeah, other Winnie the Pooh musicals. I also still watch The Grinch on VHS. I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that movie looking really fun on VHS, just in general. Still had the Harry Potter on VHS. Neato. What else? There were other Winnie the Pooh musicals. Piglet's big movie was not bad. I actually went to adapting extra stories from the book. Oh, the Book of Pooh. Oh, Lord. Here's something for you. The Book of Pooh. Basically, joint between Disney and Jim Henson to make a new Winnie the Pooh show. This predates the My Friends Tigger and Pooh, where they did the characters as puppets on a green screen. Book of Pooh I actually did watch as a kid. Me as well. I definitely got a kick out of a lot of the episodes. I remember this song that they were singing to Eeyore to try to make him laugh. They were dressing up as clowns and shit, and they were trying to cheer him up because I don't know, it was his birthday or something. But yeah, they had this whole song about like trying to make him laugh, saying, "Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny?" There's another one with me. For the longest time, I tried to feign. I tried to find quite a few brain fart lost media things, alright? And I'm gonna pull one up in a minute here. But one of those was an episode of Book of Pooh, where Winnie the Pooh has a nightmare to the tune of a song called Too Much Honey. It freaked me the fuck out as a kid, so much so that I think I, left the TV for a minute. And then I came back and found it again. It's like, yeah, that would totally have freaked out younger me, because the weird, bizarre CGI honey definitely freaked me out. The dancing honey pots were really freaky. I don't remember that one. Just do a YouTube search for Too Much Honey, Book of Pooh. And I think you'll find it. Alright. Yeah, okay. Alright. Let me see if I can find anything of this. The only way I'd be able to find actual footage of this is only from the trailers. And the full thing is not, wait, are you serious? Wait, I fucking found it? No, hang on. Hang the fuck on. Okay, here's another weird one for you. Lost media to me. But you can definitely, once I show you, I'm gonna describe it first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. This is a TV childhood, holy shit. I barely remembered this, but I couldn't forget it as soon as I saw it. Alright? And I think we may just watch it. If YouTube flags this one for copyright, yeah, fuck it, because I think this is fascinating. It's actually here. Yeah, no, that is legit the episode. Okay, so, here's the dealio. The whole deal here is that there was this Christian video series, lesser known Christian video series. You know VeggieTales, right? Everybody knows VeggieTales. And maybe you remember the adventures in Bible stories. And maybe not Bible-centric, but still I think a Christian-backed show. Adventures from the Book of Virtues, definitely. Definitely a Christian-led show. On the television network Cubo, I want to say. But anyway, this is a really odd one. So, imagine that you got these robot-like characters, right? And they're walking around in this world of robot-like characters. And there's this one little guy, there's this blue little robot-looking guy, and he's fed up with the rules. He doesn't like the rules. So, on a class field trip, he sneaks to a backstage area of a church where there's these things for a display for a Moses exhibit. And there's this cardboard cutout of Moses holding the 10 Commandments and his staff. But the boy freaks out. And he gets, but the cardboard cutout falls down, and as it's falling on him, he hallucinates that the staff is turning into the snake like it does in the story of Moses, and then it falls on him, clocks him out cold, and he's dreaming this dream about a world with no rules, which ultimately leads to a food fight in a cafeteria that I swear looked like, that I do swear it looked like the cafeteria you saw in everything, including the milkshake bar from Jimmy Neutron. It basically looked like every cartoon cafeteria from the 90s. And then, this world of no rules leads to a bus with no driver, careening out of control. This is when he wakes up in a panic and then gets a moral told to him about how rules are important. Obviously, with Moses, the 10 Commandments. Now, you're not gonna believe this, but I eventually found out that the characters were not robots, but in fact, golems. Rock golems. The video series is something called God Rocks. And the episode that I was looking for actually was episode 1, called 10 Rockin' Rules. Now, you can imagine, I'm trying to Google Christian robot cartoon Moses, and I'm coming up with all sorts of other shit with a robot character, but not this, because they're rock golems. They're fucking rock golems, and wouldn't you know it, I actually frickin' found it. Right? It's right in front of me. Where is it? I need to open it again. 28 minutes, and being displayed right there in the video preview is the food fight scene that I was talking to you about. It's here, and motherfucker, we gotta watch this. This is gonna be hilarious. Oh, let's go. Evidently. Rock dog, huh? Why not a rock lobster? I'm gonna get a drink. Oh. That's a very Flintstones looking house. A rock flat. Flat rock. Was that dog twerking? I don't know. Dogs wag their tails all the time. Nobody bats an eye at that. I just noticed a little animation error. The clock went from 7 to 6:59 when the alarm went off.
Don't look into the light! Don't look into the light! No! Ah! Hey! I was only kidding!
This guy's a goober.
I'm okay, really!
Rise and shine, God Rocks! Hey, this is Big B, the big bowler himself, and you're listening to...
Solid God Rock Radio!
Ouch! Hey, why don't you rock on down and check out the new Bible displays at the God Rocks Hall of Fame. Check out the new God Rules exhibit and tell them Big B sent you. But that's enough talk. Let's rock with more music.
I'm thinking that radio right there is part of why I thought
Chip, dear,
it was
it's
a robot
time to get up for
thing.
school.
Yeah, it doesn't want to go to school. Don't do it. Don't do it. Doggy! I wonder what the dog's name is. Starts with an R. It's gotta be some kind of a rock pun, right? Probably wasn't paying attention. He probably said the dog's name already.
Thanks, Sugar Rock. So, time for the news.
Is she actually a sugar rock?
From the God Rock Academy will take a field trip today to rub boulders with Bible heroes from yesteryear.
Isn't it exciting, dear? And there'll be a surprise Bible rock star at the Hall of Fame this weekend.
Yeah, well, the last time one of those Bible rock stars came to town, I got knocked out stone cold.
Now,
But
dear,
Tish.
you knew the risks when you volunteered to play Goliath in that drama skit, and you were so convincing.
That headache lasted a week.
Jeez
Morning, fam.
Louise.
Rex ready?
Why is it the young rocks today never talk using complete words? When I was in school, there were rules about that kind of thing.
Cliff, the kids are just having fun. You gotta get in the groove.
Cool, Mom. You're sparking.
See what I mean? And there ought to be a rule about playing that kind of music in the morning, too.
Oh, really, Cliff? You're turning into an old fossil.
You think so, huh?
What's wrong with Dad?
He has this problem with loud music at the breakfast table.
Then why is he
Oh,
dancing?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think he's trying to communicate.
Let me try those headphones.
Dad, what are you doing?
We miss you, Chip. The whole fam misses chilling with you in the morning. Let's go back,
Okay.
buddy.
What did Dad say?
I can
You
definitely
do
see why I
tend to
blocked
be
this
a
out of
bit
my brain.
distracted with your Rockman on, dear.
Huh?
Must I explain everything?
Mom sounds kind of Minnesota.
New
A little
rule.
bit.
No
Little
more
bit.
playing your Rockman at the breakfast table.
Rockman!
Nuggy,
Rockman!
you are a genius.
Boo! Boo!
Oh, all right. if I have to.
Sparky.
And you know what else, Dad? Today, the whole entire school is going on a field trip to the God Rocks Hall of Fame. We're gonna see rocks from the Bible and everything.
Just wear a helmet.
Okay, Dad. Bye, Mom.
Bye, Nuggy. Off you go, Chip. You know the rules.
I know
Can't be
he's
late
making
for school.
reference to the fact that he played
Mom,
Goliath in a
why do we
skit,
have
but
to
like,
have rules.
Because we love you, dear. Now off you go. Jem is waiting.
but yeah, no,
Hey, Chip.
Gemma.
Hey, Jem.
You ready? We're gonna be late.
She's
for
got a
school.
gem on her ass.
I'm coming.
She's got a gemstone. That's her lower half,
Hey,
pretending to be a
Splinter. Hey,
skirt.
Carb.
Hi, Jem. Chip.
What's grinding you? Looks like you hit rock bottom.
Nothing.
New rule. No playing as Rockman at breakfast.
That's heavy.
We're here for you, buddy.
It's because his parents love him and want to spend more time with him.
Whoa.
Hey, don't worry about me. I'll be okay. Really.
I'm really intrigued by this God Rocks Hall of Fame thing because it's reminding me of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Just immediately off the top of my brain. This is the pun they're going with. But I could have sworn they say see a famous rock, but I distinctly remember the cardboard cutout of Moses looking very human, not rock golemish at all. But I guess we'll see. Go to school.
You know the rules, Rocks.
All buffalo and babies will be beaten senseless by every able-bodied patron in the bar.
That's right.
Enter single file.
Did somebody just decide to have a goof? I think somebody. Hang on. I'm gonna comb through this and see if somebody else stuck any more fresh memes in here. Yeah, that was a SpongeBob clip. I can't fathom why. Okay, now combing through it, and I'm gonna comb back a few seconds. It doesn't even show that SpongeBob clip. I certainly hope they don't do that again. Anyway, enter single file. Let me see if those clips.
Hey, don't worry
Match
about
up.
me. I'll be okay. Really.
You know the rules, Rocks.
Patron
1, 2,
bar.
That's right.
enter single file. 1,
Okay, so I think they just added the SpongeBob clip just to be a goof, but otherwise the special seems to be untainted. So let's keep going.
2, step
That's so
2,
silly.
1, 2.
More
step
rules.
Yeah, more rules. That's what I'm remembering.
Livingstone.
1, 2, step.
Now,
Livingston!
class,
Livingstone!
Let's
Shut
all
up.
begin by reciting the God Rock Golden Rule. If the world won't yell it out, we the Rocks will cheer and shout. God rocks! God rocks! Well done, class. Now,
Is the whole world like this? Is the whole world a big old rock cult?
now pull out your homework from yesterday. I hope you've all brought it in. Remember my rule. No homework, no recess.
Ugh, I forgot.
Sorry, champ. No rolling in the aisles. No chewing gum. The big old rock cult. There's the rock band. We are the rock cult! Rock on, Minnesota! Stupid goober. The lunch rules. No throwing food.
Hey, Chip. How you doing?
Did Mrs. Craig burst your bubble, bud?
Very funny, Carb.
Couldn't you just try to obey the rules, Chip?
You don't want to hang out with a troublemaking rockhead like me, Jem. I'm a rule breaker. A bad stone.
Chip's right, Jem. His kind will just bring you down.
Hey, wait a minute.
You know, this image could be great for the band. We could be the Bad Stones, band to the bone.
Or we could call ourselves the Rule Breakers.
Yeah, we'd be doing time with rhyme.
You rocks really think so?
Are you cracked? It's a joke, Chip.
Why'd we want to have a name like that?
The Rule Breakers.
Bad to the bone.
Okay, I
Rules
get it.
following fuddy-duddies.
Take that.
Uh-oh. Watch yourself, man. I distinctly remember that shot with the eyes bulging. It was like, oh.
Stone. Don't you know the lunch rules? Thank God for the food and eat all your veggies.
You're missing one, champ. You little delinquent. I'm surprised you got to go on the field.
God love.
I'm sorry, hang on. I will obey the school rules. I will obey the school rules. I will obey the school drools. I will obey the school. I will obey the drool mules. I will obey the... Seriously, somebody in animation was having fun writing that on the board.
God loves each and every freckle on my little freckle nose.
Are they auditioning for their
That
band?
was lovely, Kitney. Let's give Miss Stoon another clap, shall we? Now, I believe Mr. Livingstone, with the help of his friends, is going to sing a new song called Follow the Rules. Isn't that right, Mr. Livingstone?
Yeah, well, I guess if you want me to.
I guess this is why, and this is really why it's called. Uh-oh! Whoa! Hey, you rebel! You cranked it up to 11.
Ever since I was a nugget in my Kitty Rock days, I can remember the
Why are you conducting a rock band?
My mama taught me please and thank you, brush my teeth and keep my room real neat. Get all my homework done before watching rock TV. Though I try and try every day, it seems there's just no way that I can follow the rules. It's just so hard for me to follow.
I feel like this would fit into Steven Universe for some reason.
Why must I follow the rules? It makes me wanna cry. To follow the rules, follow the rules. Yeah.
I buried that memory. How is he still allowed to go on the field
Rule
trip?
number 1, no standing up while the bus is moving. Rule number 2, Chip Livingstone, you're sitting up here with me.
Whoa.
Okay, Livingstone, you're my co-pilot. Ready for system check?
Okay.
Check is the correct response, Livingstone. Get with the plan. Driveway clear?
Check.
Fuel gauge on?
Check.
All students on board and accounted for?
Check.
Then let's motor! Always obey the rules, Livingstone. That's what they're there for.
Even when the law is wrong?
What's my speed, Livingstone?
Speed? What speed? We're hardly moving.
Are we there yet?
Hey, you're-
Steady and true wins the race. No sense breaking any rules to get there. Now, is there?
Are we there yet?
You're supposed to be sitting down, you motherfucker.
Spike in.
Rule breaker.
Check.
Are we there yet?
And
Finally.
there you are.
Welcome, y'all, to the God Rocks Hall of Fame, the home of famous rock stars who witnessed great events from the Bible. I'll just save that for later. Please walk this way. My name is Crystal Lou. Follow me as we all journey through Bible history together and learn about the wonderful
Oh,
things
these
that
walk
God has
cycles are
done
weird.
and meet the rock stars who are really there. Now, students, please pay close attention to the Hall of Fame rules that are as follows. Please follow your glory guide at all times. That's me. No touching anything. No rolling, running, pushing, or shoving whilst in the Hall of Fame.
What did I do?
Mr. Livingstone.
More rules.
And no going home until you visited the amazing Glory Gift Shop, where you can take home your very own autographed Glory Guide glossy picture, suitable for framing.
These rules are cracked. Who needs them? Not me, that's for sure.
I forgot they don't have
Students,
limbs.
and remember to
Same.
follow the rules.
That's part of the reason why I thought they were robots.
Makes me wanna cry.
Follow the rules.
Yes, Mrs. Craig, I will follow the rules.
Attention, students. To your right, you see an exciting new display under construction. It's not ready to look at yet, but it will be real soon. So let's move along.
We're
Follow
gonna
me.
tell you about how exciting it is.
Opening soon. Do not enter. No one will mind if I just take a little peek.
Sure thing, you little miscreant.
Wow.
And this is the turning point in our story.
Don't touch anything. Doesn't sound like a rule to me.
Yep, a very human-looking Moses cutout.
Wow.
I am Moses.
Oh, it's animated? I didn't know it was an animated
Let
cutout.
God's people go.
Lord! So he flipped out because the staff actually turned into a snake, knocked over the thing, and okay, so getting hit with a paint bucket is what clocks him out. I thought it was the cutout that knocked him cold. Their dad wasn't kidding about wearing a helmet.
Rise and shine, God rocks. Hey, this is Big B, the big boulder himself, and you're listening to Let's Rock with more music.
Now this world just seems a little backward.
What is going on around here?
Cool, Chip. You sparky.
Dad? Mom? What are you doing?
I think he's trying to communicate.
Won't somebody talk to me?
Must I explain everything? New rule. There are no more rules for anything.
Nuggy, you are a genius.
I know.
Oh no, I'm gonna be late for school.
Now, class, I hope nobody did their homework yesterday, because who needs homework?
Carl, what are you doing?
Whatever I want.
Hey, Chip, let's grab lunch.
Lunch? But it's only 10:30.
So?
What happened to all the rules?
There aren't any.
Mrs. Craig, wait for us.
All on board for the God Rocks Hall of Fame!
But Mrs. Craig, no one's here.
Who cares?
Here we go. Lauren! Launch!
That was a stop sign.
Spike it.
Oh, slam that brake.
Oh no. Mrs. Craig, don't do it. Oh, let me see. Don't let me die. Don't let me die. Don't let me die.
So desperate for his life.
Rule breaker! Please, Mrs. Craig, you're breaking all the rules. Someone's gonna get hurt.
But isn't that what you wanted, Chip? A place with no rules?
Maybe I was a little hasty. Mrs. Craig, please slow down.
Open up your eyes and find a world that's changing around you. You're lost in a crazy dream.
Get the hell out of my face. That's just typical Connecticut drivers. Good lord. Well, fire's hard to animate, so.
God Rocks Hall of Fame coming up. Rules, who needs them?
I do. I want a place with rules. I want a place with rules.
Woo-ha! My name is Crystalline.
You need to click your shoes together while you say it.
Huh?
Oh.
Well, do you or don't you?
Do I or don't I what?
Want a place with rules?
Oh yeah, I want a place with rules. I do. I want a place with rules. I want a place with rules.
Crash into the place. Paint bucket back on the head.
I want a place with rules. I want a place with rules. Ah!
Chip,
Good
Chip,
lord.
it's me, Splinter.
I want a place with rules.
Chip, wake up. It's your friend, Jim.
Oh,
Oh,
Auntie Jim,
Lord.
it's you.
You got quite a whack on the head. We kind of thought there for a minute you were going to leave us.
Oh,
I think I'm
Lord.
seeing double.
There. Lie still now. You just had a rocky dream.
Hey, you guys are the rocks in that picture, aren't you? The rocks that Moses guy was holding.
That's right. You can call me TC.
And you can call me TC too.
We're the Ten Commandment twins.
Am I ever glad to meet you guys? I just came from a place where no one followed any rules, and it was awful. All I kept saying was, I want a place with rules. I want a place with rules. And now, I'm home.
He's definitely cracked.
Now, don't you worry, Chip.
You just had a bad dream.
But it wasn't a dream, it was a place. You were there, and and you too. Everyone was there, and no one followed any rules at all. You guys were very bad. But anyway, I'm back, and I'd sure like to learn more about God's 10 rules. Can I follow all of them?
With God's help, you can.
Sparkin'.
Someone
I
pinch me. I must
definitely
be dreaming.
repressed the
I'm
talking
following
Ten
the
Commandments
rules from now
tablets.
on.
I
Again.
definitely repressed that.
Look,
Because if
I'm
I
really sorry
remembered
about
that they
knocking
were
down your
talking,
stuff
I
and
might
making
have
such a
remembered.
mess. Now
Oh
the God
yeah,
Rules exhibit
they're
won't
rocks.
open on time, and it's all my fault.
That's okay, Chip. Why don't you and your friends help us put things back together again?
If everyone helps,
We're
we're sure we can
fix
fix everything.
Spiking. God rules. God rules. God rules. God rules. God rules. God rules.
You didn't have to pinch him.
God rules.
Motherfucker, how did you pinch him? He's made of stone.
As pastor of the Stone Church, I am delighted to officiate the opening of the God Rules display. It is also my honor to introduce the 2 rocks that God wrote his 10 rules on. Fellow God Rocks, meet TC and TC2, the 10 Commandment twins.
I'm impressed because they probably would have eroded over time. Just gonna say that.
I hereby declare the God Rules display officially open.
Clearly, in this world, separation of church and state is heresy.
Hey, how would you like the TC twins to tell you their story, huh?
Thank you, Pastor Jasper, for that rockin' warm welcome.
It all began with a man named Moses.
No shit. Oh, we're going all the way back.
Moses
Okay.
was just a baby. God protected him as he floated down a river in a basket. The princess of Egypt found Moses and raised him in the palace as her son.
Wasn't she the
When
queen?
Moses was older, God spoke to him from a bush that was on fire, but not burning up. God told Moses what to do. He told Moses to lead his people out of slavery in Egypt.
Right.
God promised to lead them to a new land.
He even opened up the water so they could walk through safely on dry ground.
Moses did no such thing. That was all God's doing. Don't give that dude the credit.
One day, God spoke to Moses on top of a high mountain. If my people will obey me, God said,
What good animation!
I will always help
Holy
them.
nerds.
Moses talked to the people and asked them to do what God had said. We will obey, the people answered.
This is where the story of God's 10 rules begins.
Moses climbed to the top of a high mountain. He carried with him 2 smooth rocks for God to write on.
Hey, wait a minute! Those 2 rocks don't even look like our guys!
Just watch the show. That part comes later.
Oh, they're getting to
When
it, aren't
Moses
they?
reached the top of the mountain, God wrote his 10 rules on those smooth rocks.
Oh, are they going to address it? Oh, please tell me they're going to address it.
Something went wrong.
Wrong? What went wrong?
Shh!
Watch.
Do you remember when the people promised to obey? Well, they didn't. While Moses was on the mountain, they forgot about God and did things he told them not to.
Moses was so angry, he threw down the rocks with God's 10 rules and broke them to bits.
It's okay. This is the good part where our guys come in.
Moses needed new rocks for God to write on.
They actually addressed it. I
He
love
picked
that.
2
Thank you.
rocks for tablets, that's us, and walked right back up to the top of the mountain.
There, God gave him the 10 rules again.
And these ones get faces. I guess.
Rules God gave to guide and protect all people because he loves them.
Now, where's their faces?
I'm glad God gave us his 10 rules.
Rock on, Chip!
God rules.
Kick off your Sunday shoes.
Livingstone! Don't you know the rules? We don't allow that kind of rock music here. Without one of these babies. Now kick it!
God rules.
And I don't hear a tambourine in the percussion.
God rules.
So I guess they threw that rule out the window. Good lord.
Count them all on your fingers or your toes. God rules.
There's 10.
God rules.
I mean, you don't need your toes. I've got 10 fingers. What's your problem? You're the 4-fingered. Oh, wait, no, that guy has 5 fingers. I can definitely see why this was definitely not as successful as VeggieTales. They're a little heavy-handed.
Be respectful to your parents. Never kill. These are God rules.
Are they actually rolling through the 10 Commandments in song form?
Not steal, tell the truth.
Okay, I think they are.
That's not cool.
These are God rules. Love God with your whole heart and worship him not things.
Okay, I guess they all do have 5 fingers. I guess she's lapsed on that for a minute.
These are rules to follow for everything. God rules.
The pastor over there is looking kind of like a frog, isn't he?
God rules. God rules.
Also, if rocks gain consciousness at a certain point, Moses just killed those first 2 tablets in cold blood. Which is part of the reason why I didn't think they'd necessarily address it. But of course they had to address it. I mean... No, I said frog. No. The pastor, he definitely looks like a pastor. He's got the robes and everything. The rockin' robes. The robes made out of rocks. No, I definitely meant frog. He's green and he's got a wide face. He's a fucking frog.
But Chip, what are you gonna tell her?
She's serious, Stone. She wants in.
Well, if she's in, I'm out. There's only room for one percussionist in this rock band.
Chip, say something. Mrs. Craig wants to join our band.
Mrs. Craig may make the rules for the classroom, but we make the rules in our band. I'll just tell her the tambourine is more of a solo instrument, and she'll have to groove elsewhere.
It's your funeral, buddy.
The tambourine, it's kind of a solo instrument. You'll have to start the groove elsewhere.
Oh my gosh! What the fuck was that voice acting? In order to sound like he was behind a door, he went like this with his hand over his mouth. Are you fucking kidding me? That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. They couldn't have just had him talk normally and muffle it in post? Oh my gosh, I think talking in a cardboard box would have had a better effect than doing this. He even sounded a little goofier. It's like, solo to instrument, blah, blah, blah. Whap. What the fuck?
Well, how'd it go?
Sparky.
You got a good cartoony energy going here, I gotta admit that. Then producers, directors, voice talents. Let's see, do we recognize anyone? Chip is Curtis Felsman, Jem is Cheryl Stacy, Splinter is Paul Suet, Carb, I found that weird, Ian Tanner, Cliff was Bruce W. Stacy, Ruby Moira Brown, Nuggy Catherine Brown. This is a family joint. Pastor Jasper Brian Warren. TC and TC2 were David Maines and Norma Jean Maines. Mrs. Craig was Lorna Duck. Kinty Stoon. I don't know who Kitney is. Elena Stacy. Crystal Lou was Kathy Macy. Big B was Mark. Wait, is Chris Stacy's name already on here? Curtis Felsman is a Christian singer. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry I'm late. I was watching the movie with my friend Louie. Animation production. Chelsea Road Productions. Original series concept and story by Bruce W. Stacy. It definitely seems like a bit of a family joint. A lot of family members working together on this. 3D storyboard, 2D Moses sequence by Dave Quesnell. Can we give a big shout out to Dave Quesnell? Because that animation was actually really fucking good. That was some great animation in that. Background painting. I don't know about you guys, but I need to go download this before it disappears from the internet forever. That was, whoops, wrong one. Oh, I guess probably want to open that window first and then get back to the front. Yeah, that's it. Okay. But yeah, no, definitely gotta. That was fascinating. Good lord, it's just as bizarre as I remember, but for entirely different reasons. Oh lord. Maybe I'll bring that to a movie night. That's just madness is what it is. You missed the chaos. I'd asked to put the film on the watched movie list, but pretty on the nose, taking into account recent events. What movie were you guys watching? Ah, Josephine. Yes. That was weird. That was a weird one. What happened to Monday? What did happen to Monday? Did something happen to Monday? What a trip that was. No fucking shit. That is illegal downloads. Cancel. Now get the link for that. Yeah, your virus notifications are gonna leave me virus laden. I don't know what happened to Monday. What did happen to Monday? Oh, Lord. That looks intense. Huh. Interesting. The poster says, 7 sisters, 1 identity. That's intriguing. Oh, the download's ready. It's dystopian. Certainly looks it. I'm sure it's nowhere near as dystopian as the God Rocks cult. Like, good lord. It's so weird. Everything God-centric and everything a rock pun. Because everyone's a rock. It's a rock. Also, I do still have to think that the staff turning into a snake was a hallucination on Chip's part. I mean, you know, just you missed some insanity. That's what you missed. But it looks like YouTube isn't flagging the live stream for copyright, so I don't think I'll have to edit it out, so you guys can always go back and watch it again. So that is super cool of them, not gonna lie. Back from the dead. Brains. No, wait, no, that's not the theme of the day. Rules. I crave rules. I don't know. But that was a wild one. I barely remember that Moses animation, but it was stellar. And, you know, good on them for being open and honest about the whole, you know, cult going on down at the base of the mountain, while Moses was busy, you know, with the stone tablets. They're like, forget God, we're gonna worship a giant golden cow. Sorry I missed the stream. You didn't miss much. I mean, actually, no. You missed a lot. Can we watch The Prince of Egypt? We should. The Prince of Egypt is another, it's not very heavy-handed, and, well, I mean, fucking Katzenberg and Spielberg, who were and I think still are at the head of DreamWorks, at least Katzenberg is, very Jewish, so not even like a Christian standpoint that the movie takes it from. It really takes it from like a Jewish history, and you know, in that faith it actually does a pretty good job. But I do see a lot of Christians gravitate toward The Prince of Egypt, and for good reason, because it actually does the story justice. And you know, there is some God-centric talk for obvious reasons, but there is no, like, God in the title of a song. It is like, look at your life through heaven's eyes is the big God-centric musical number. Aside from, what was the song in the end of Prince of Egypt? There can be miracles when you believe? That's another one Christians gravitate toward. Maybe those of us who just joined should shed some light on their favorite childhood shows, since that's what we were doing before this. Yes! No, I do not do the art request. We're doing a discussion. We're discussing, animation. Depending on when it ranks high on the list. This is a very good point, Ryder. Very good point. But, yeah, no, the discussion, and the reason that God Rocks nonsense came up was because we were talking about childhood, and that was a buried memory. I honestly went to YouTube thinking that I was gonna find maybe a trailer for it like I had before, but I found the whole fucking thing and we just watched it. And the guy decided to put his own fresh SpongeBob meme in there and a few captions on it, but otherwise didn't really alter the thing all that much. You should go back and watch it if you wanna some other time. But it's called God Rocks 10 Rockin' Rules. Also, with the subtitle, Waking Up is Hard to Do. Very funny. I remember the God Rocks series. Oh, then you're probably very, very familiar with this nonsense then. Fresh nonsense is what it is. Oh, good lord. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. That whole classroom opening about like love God, praise God, la la la, it was some serious Pledge of Allegiance terror right there. Kind of spooked me a little bit. It was like I was really not expecting. I remember the Hidden Temple. Is that a different episode? Because we watched the one with Moses in it. And of course a hidden temple would be appropriate. They're rocks! And what are temples made out of? Rocks! Oh my god, was the temple alive? I just realized, oh no! Temples are made of rocks! The temple's alive! Do you remember the Hidden Temple? Oh, Legends of the Hidden Temple? Well, we're talking about animated We're talking about animated shows. I thought you were talking about God Rocks again, but no, evidently not. There was a series and a movie. Yes, no, but we're talking about animated stuff. But if we don't have... Are the buildings alive? I mean, the God Rocks Hall of Fame wasn't alive. Maybe they had the graciousness to make that building out of wood and steel. But yeah, we're discussing animated stuff, you know. It's something like Thomas the Tank Engine definitely crops up in terms of animated things. Mostly because there are no actual humans in it. They have to stop and replace the characters. And in terms of puppetry. So you can always bring up Sesame Street. Between the Lions also have plenty of fully animated segments, like the whole cliffhanger bit. Is the ground alive? Are the rocks covered in moss homeless? Ah, great. Now we're bringing existential dread into God Rocks, of all things. They eat normal food. Why don't they eat gravel? That's weird. They eat normal sandwiches with veggies, tomatoes, but they don't eat, like... Why don't they eat, like, salt? These are questions? Can we talk about the finale of The Ghost and Molly McGee? As long as everybody in chat here... Rock Lobster. Everybody in chat, speak up now or forever hold your peace. Have you seen The Ghost and Molly McGee finale? And it looks like someone just joined, so once again, The Ghost and Molly McGee finale, have you seen it? That's 2. Someone who has not seen it. I did watch it. Haven't. That's already 2 people who haven't watched it. But I will say, what a great finale to the season. We're getting to season 2. It'll be great to see what they do next, especially with a lot of this in light. Evidence has been brought to light that has brought forth a great theory to me, but you have to watch the finale in order for me to even discuss that theory. But yeah, we're, any other votes? No. If we've got 2 people who have not said, if there are people who've said they haven't seen it yet, no spoilers. We can only discuss it in broad strokes. Like, all in all, the way the story, came to in these final 2 episodes was really nice. It really Scribe won't shut up about it. I mean, it got pretty insane toward the end there. Like, legitimately, part 2 got really wacky. Y'all need to spam reminders to me to watch that show. I think I know which theory you're talking about. Exactly. It's such a good theory with what we know now. It's like, wow, that is probably accurate. It's like, holy shit. Like, I mean, it's information that was withheld from the audience, but also, the thing is, the existence of precedence for that theory before presenting us that information means they totally had this in mind the whole time, right? They didn't necessarily know that they were going to apply it in the way they did in the finale, but they knew what they were doing from the beginning. They knew what they were doing with that angle. Honestly, I think that's the case. Though I do wonder if there's a voice acting thing. I'm gonna check this out. Hang on. Ghost and Molly McGee Festival of Lights. Here we go. IMDb. Did you see the Glamrock Freddy that came to an arcade? I love that. Has no idea what the fuck anyone is on about. Can I get more for this? Can I get more cast and crew for this specific episode? Ooh, interesting. Wait, who the hell is that? No, seriously, who is that? Maybe the Ghost and Molly McGee wiki will help me. I meant the Ghost and Molly McGee wiki, not the Disney wiki. Okay, let's see. Trivia. Let's see. No, probably not trivia. Cast? Oh, here we go. Okay, who the hell is that? Wait. Wait! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! No way! Holy fuck! Oh, no! 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 Oh! Okay. So, do you know how sometimes, like, Emperor Bellos in the Owl House, has a different voice actor from another character despite the relations to that character, and that was really cheeky. But there is a shared voice actor that really paints that theory that we're talking about, that theory, really insane. Okay, because they share a voice actor. Holy balls. They didn't even bother hiding it. Holy shit, that is great. That is so great. Okay, that is cool. That is awesome. It is actually canon. This theory is correct. This is the kind of flipped out shit. Two characters of very different angles in the show have the same voice. I can't say it on stream for spoiler reasons. But yeah, this is the kind of shit that I flipped when I realized, wait, Hawkmoth and Gabriel Agreste have the same voice actor? Holy balls. It really paints this connection in a whole new light, I'm just gonna say. Are the two shows in the same universe? Did I say two shows? I meant like two different sides of, like, no, I watched it and I don't know the theory. Just say the actor's name. Okay. I feel like that would be giving a little too much away. Keith Silverstein. What the fuck? I wasn't thinking of Keith Silverstein at all. Who the fuck is Keith Okay, Keith Silverstein is Hawkmoth. But yeah, that's not really what I was talking about. Anyway. Okay, so, anyway. And now let's go ahead. We've been at that probably because we watched God Rocks in the middle there, so we actually killed a lot of time. So let's go ahead and move on to good bad video game animation. I wanted to bring this topic up. In regards to Cuphead. Cuphead is definitely very, you know, Cuphead is definitely brought up in terms of like indie video games with awesome animation. He definitely gets the like, I mean, look at them over there. Look at them bouncing. Look it up. I didn't need to look it up. You looked it up. Also, I think your caps lock is stuck. Anyway, what was I saying? Said Hawkmoth first when I told you the actor's name. Did you read it? Did you write it up already or something? Anyway, I'm brainy at this point. I don't want to know. Okay, you really got to check your caps lock. Yeah, no, but like the Cuphead game definitely is vaunted for its animation, but I'd like to bring light to other independent game projects that have great animation. I mean, all right. And A Hat in Time is definitely a really good one. Very simple, but obviously quality animation. Another good one is definitely Five Nights at Freddy's is some pretty great animation. And in spite of the developers, or whatever the hell they were doing or whatnot, the animators and the animation in Poppy Playtime looks astounding. The attention to detail and character is great. Just great, honestly. But I think in that respect, things like Bendy and the Ink Machine tend to have some not so great animation. It's just surface level, like serving the purpose of being the animation in the game rather than being anything all that you know, incredible. It's like there are so many good thing like Hollow Knight, Shovel Knight, even the recent Shantae's, even though Way Forward's a bigger studio. It's like these games, they have really good animation and they don't have to be graphical powerhouses. And in terms of graphical powerhouses, the new Spider-Man games look great. The most recent Resident Evils and Last of Us, they all look great. But like the thing is, like, I guess when you finally look it over and all of the shit that went on behind the scenes at the Kindly Beast turned Joey Drew Studios shenanigans and what they did, all the shit that they did, all the shit they pulled, their mentality behind creating things in general, it's just, you know, of course the animation's not good. You know, the animation only serves as, you know, the necessary, like, point that a game needs to be animated, which is hardly true. I've played chess, and that game has no need to be animated. And yet, Cuphead did a pretty good job animating chess, so there you go. Welcome, Scribe. Welcome, Scribe. And yeah, no, but like, what are your good and bad animations in video games? And sometimes maybe it can even be this from the same game. A good animation in a game, and then a bad animation from the same game. Or alternatively, it could be a game you love in spite of its bad animation, or it could be a game that you absolutely loathe even though the animation is great. So, what does the Tom Kenny, Tara Strong, we're in the Ghost of Molly McGee. That's cool. That's cool. I think I remember hearing Tom Kenny's voice in an episode. Tara Strong, not so much, but definitely Tom. Definitely Tommy. But yeah, no, what are your guys' video game animation goods and bads? Whatever you guys, where gets your brain go? I mean, maybe I'm a little hard. The Charlie and the Chocolate Factory game is so scary and pathetic. Pop Tropica. I remember Pop Tropica. I remember getting a lot of mileage out of its fucking Survivor style game, where it's like, you have been voted off the island. I don't have a brain at the moment. That's all right. It'll come back. But yeah, no, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, bad Bubsy. For bad animation or good animation? The bad game was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, old computer game, and you can look it up on YouTube. Yeah, I think it graphically follows in the same vein as that one Grinch video computer game, which I heard bad animation Bubsy. Would this be the 2D or the 3D Bubsies? Cause that's an interesting thing. Cause like, Bubsy at the very least is not a bad character design. Bad animation, yeah. 3D, yeah. I was thinking because I was like, I don't know. I mean, the 2D animation, what I'd seen back when I saw somebody play Bubsy was like not that bad. So yeah, I was thinking like it had to be the 3D one. I think even the most recent 3D Bubsy, yes, they brought it back for some ungodly reason, but it was like not a 3D game. It was just 3D graphics and a 2D platformer. Didn't look too stellar either. But it's definitely a leap from Bubsy 3D. I remember a Scooby-Doo computer game. I'm thinking like, and I think the Grinch game was either the full game or the demo that I got in a box of cereal. It was just walking around Whoville as the Grinch, and that was it. It was kind of poor, ran like shit, but, you know, that's to be expected of a 90s computer disc. I suck at playing Donkey Kong. Yeah. Donkey Kong, though, has some very interesting animation. In fact, I'd argue that the Donkey Kong Country, right, like the first Donkey Kong platformer with the 3D graphics rendered as 2D sprites, that the animation is definitely bad, but it's also very good. Like it's very good at being bad, but it's also in a way that it feels kind of like it feels like the right kind of like flavor of janky. And that kind of fits with its like aesthetic. It almost feels like what if the instead it feels less like a 3D animated Donkey Kong video game and more like a stop motion animated Donkey Kong video game. Belle and I are horrible. We just made it that's what she said joke. Why do they call him Donkey Kong when he isn't a donkey? I mean, he's got a kind of a donkey face, a little bit of a donkey face. And obviously, the real reason they call him Donkey Kong is because King Kong is copyrighted. And maybe he's the size of a donkey compared to King Kong. Maybe that's the maybe that's the intention. I don't know. It's because how stubborn he is. Oh! That makes a lot of sense. I buy it. I'll buy what you're selling. But yeah, no, that's definitely good time. Good time. What the hell did I do? Shit. I broke it. I broke it. I broke it. I broke it. There we go. I fixed it. I guess we are talking about video games. Probably would be good to swap out for a video game thing, I guess. I guess this technically counts as video games. Videos game. Yes, I know where that comes from. When did they stop doing tie-in video games? And I do mean this legitimately because like a lot of the more recent animated films, like I can think of like one of the last animated films that I can think of that got animated video games. That got video games were like Toy Story, Disney's Tangled, and I guess technically Kingdom Hearts like pulls from Frozen and whatnot. But like, when did they stop doing video games just for the movie, you know, as a tie-in? Because I remember this was all over the fucking place, right? Like Madagascar 2 got a tie-in video game. Shark Tale got a tie-in video game, I think. Like Team Miraculous said, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory got a tie-in video game. All 3 Toy Story movies each got their own tie-in video game. Yes, there's only 3, shut up. But like, I don't know. Holy fucking shit. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody Pizza Party video game, online game. All the Lego games are technically all the tie-in games. You might be right, because they made those for Harry Potter, Pirates of the Caribbean, Indiana Jones, and even the most recent Star Wars films. They even did fucking Ghostbusters in that little Lego universe game with the Toys to Life concept. Gotta be honest, Lego does seem to be winning in that regard. 'Cause Lego video games are very popular. They're still making them. I mean, if the Skywalker Saga game is anything to go by, and the Lego superhero, like the Lego Batman games, are pretty popular. Last one I remember was the Lego Movie, and that was just dead up a tie-in. I love how the video game of the Lego Movie and the Lego Movie characters in Lego Universe actually animate the way they do in the movie. That's really cool. Made sure to get the Skywalker Saga the day that it came out. Here's a question, squad, because you seem to be an aficionado on those Star Wars Lego games. Lego Movies 1 and 2 and Lego Batman are pretty great. Yeah, they are. Comedically and all, and the best tie-in video game was GoldenEye. The music did not have to go that hard. The music did not have to go as hard as it did. But here's a question, squad. Since you seem to know a lot about the Lego Star Wars games, are there any reused or recycled elements from the complete saga in the Skywalker Saga? Or is it completely brand new, unseen, untouched, brand new content in general? Because I know the cutscenes and voice acting are definitely new to the Lego video game there, but like, are the levels in any way, shape, or form like completely different? Because that might change my decision to buy it. You know, that might change it. Might. Just still have a heavy contempt for what happened to the brand new, huh? Because I still hold very much contempt for the sequel trilogy. The prequels did nothing wrong. George Lucas did nothing wrong. Jar Jar did everything wrong. He was cavorting with the Sith the whole time. But yeah. Well, since 2 hours is crouching up on us, and we don't really have much in the discussion of the video game animation circles, but unless somebody does, if you come up with something to talk about in terms of good and bad video game animation, go ahead and pop it up in the chat. While we will also double team, we will go ahead and discuss, if you will, what we will call these new animation discussion live streams. I'm gonna be planning on making my very own Rabbit Miraculous. What, you mean like your own version of it, or like a costume of the existing one with the watch and the waistcoat? it's just a Rabbit Miraculous with a waistcoat and a watch. Anyway, but like, anyway, let's go ahead and discuss what we call these animation roundtable discussion live streams. What are some nice pithy names we could give to this? And I'm trying to think. All the levels are new, but some of the elements are similar to the levels of the Complete Saga. Also, the game makes the recent trilogy more bearable by adding some of that signature LEGO humor. I don't know, I think most of that signature LEGO humor was dialogue free, so I don't know. Maybe I'll watch the cutscenes. If I'm annoyed by the cutscenes, for a Bunnix cosplay. Awesome sauce. Anyway, but like, if I watch all the cutscenes and I'm annoyed by them and I don't find them entertaining in the slightest, then I won't buy the game. But if I actually do get a kick out of them, then I will go ahead and maybe consider that a game for the future. If somebody else buys it for me. If you want, you can have it dialogue free. There's a toggle for the dialogue? Animation opinions. There's a toggle for the dialogue? Holy shit! I did not know this. This might influence my decision. Okay. Anyway, but let's see. Animation opinions. I'll go ahead and write that down. Not sold on it, but it's a start. Mumble mode is a thing in the game. Mumble mode is also a thing in A Hat in Time. Though with A Hat in Time, I absolutely adore the writing and the voice acting, just all together. There's an old app in the, not in the App Store, but a Phantom of the Opera game that I used to play, but I forgot the name. Well, that was, you know, it has interesting animation is Temple Run. Temple Run is just like, you run behind the character, but like, that monster's fucking freaky. when you actually see it. That monster's freaky. Anyway, let's see. That's already a name for something. Can't use that. Animation Babble Hour. Ooh. I kind of like that. The hidden object game version. Ah, okay. So it's kind of like a what the fuck do you call it? What the fuck do you call it? It's a. No, there's like a series of those. You seen that Rise of the TMNT movie trailer? I've seen clips of it. I've seen clips of the movie trailer. Everybody's going nuts. Like everybody's going nuts for it, and for good reason. One, the animation's great. The mystery for animation. I don't know if that's a suggestion or not. Alright, anyway, what was I saying? I was saying, The animation's great, but also the story looks to be pretty dope. Bringing in Casey Jones to it, it looks pretty cool. All right. It was a big-ish game. Big-ish game. Kind of large, but not very large. But like... I Spy. That was the brand intellectual thing I was thinking of. I Spy. I Spy. The title should be The Mystery of Lost Animation. I was thinking that, but then I'd have to be looking for, I'd have to be looking for, you know, lost media animations. And I don't know. I don't have the time to go hunting those down. You know, a big fish. Ah, okay. Casey Jones is voiced by Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Nice. Nice. Now all I'm gonna be thinking about is Casey Jones fighting off the Heartless with Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo, Donald, and Goofy. That's all I'm gonna. By the way, that is growth, right? Like, first things first. Animation in the old Kingdom Hearts games, with as low poly as the models are, holy shit, those games' animation is great. And motherfucker, they updated the fidelity of their models in the modern, in like Kingdom Hearts 3, and holy shit, looks great. The Grands from Big Fish of the Hidden Games, Phantom of the Opera, I remember. Oh, okay. Big Fish making a bunch of I Spy clones. Okay. Attack of the I Spy. I don't know. If there was a goofy little whoop-de-doo game I was gonna play, I'd probably go buy Adventures in Maritime Bay. Cause it's on Steam for some ungodly reason. Hey, you know what else is on Steam for some ungodly reason? The Tangled video game. Like, if I go and look at all of the I spelled it wrong. If I go look for all those Disney games that are on the stupid motherfucking site, right? Okay. Disney Princess Enchanted Journey is on here. Let's see. Disney Princess My Fairy Tale Adventure, which appears to be a sequel. Which Wally video game is that? What are you bringing that? Disney's Bolt. Fucking Treasure Planet had a game. Disney Universe. Hercules. Oh, is that the Sega one? What are you doing? Get your sword! Oh no. Oh no, the Chicken Little game is on Steam. Oh no, I have to play it, don't I? Oh no. I have to play that, don't I? I need to play that. I need to play that, don't I? Shit. Oh no. I have to play it, don't I? Oh lord. Oh lord. Chicken Little had... No. No, squad. Chicken Little did not have a video game. Chicken Little had 2 video games. 2! Chicken Little had 2 fucking video games. Why? God only knows. Why? Why are there 2? Why are there 2? Why are there 2? Have you ever played Epic Mickey? God, I wish that was on Steam. I love Epic Mickey. I love its aesthetic. I love its mechanic. I just wish. Maybe I should maybe I should get the Dolphin emulator and just stream Epic Mickey, because fuck it. I don't care for what the sequel was doing. I just wanna play the game. Must be a pain in the ass though. Maybe the mouse controls would definitely. Maybe keyboard and mouse would be the best way to play that, since it's the only way to emulate the Wii's motion controls. But yeah, no, I'll definitely put that up on the back burner, playing Epic Mickey. You know what? Definitely, let's make that like animation thing. That'd be fun. Epic Mickey. Epic Mickey. Should probably try that. Besides, maybe I know more about the game than I do now. It'll probably help me. Probably help me as I'm a gamer now. I'm a gamer. I could totally win at videos game. Anyway, you should play the Zack and Cody Pizza Party game. I don't know if I could even access that. A lot of those Flash games were basically destroyed, and I don't even know if that game is still on Disney.com. Where would you even find it? It had to be a very shitty port on some kind of, you know, foreign website or something. Or at least one of those websites where it's like, all games play, fun, 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 and then there's a bunch of pop-ups on those sites just all over the damn place. Anyway, animation opinions, animation babble hour. I'm gonna get the Kill a Kill game. Interesting. I barely remembered that there was one. Kill a Kill game. Wouldn't that just be playing as one of the characters, and like, wouldn't that just be playing Phila from Skullgirls, except instead of killer clothes, it's killer hair? I don't think you can send me the link. Chat doesn't allow that from miserable peons. No, just the average Joe don't get to put. You don't get to do it though. YouTube don't let you. Anyway, animation opinions, animation babble hour. But did we just stop after animation babble hour? Come on, guys. There's got to be some names that got to be on par with that one. Did anyone else see the announcement for the Chibiverse? Well, that's just... Oh! I think I've got something here, but I'm just gonna check to see that this hasn't been used before. Let's see. Okay, I think that's gonna... Disney Channel website, if I Google it? I don't think so. Google Chrome doesn't support Flash games anymore. I think if I have Firefox, it might work there. Anyway, so I think I've got a great idea. I'm gonna throw it up on the screen and see what you guys think. Here we go. Actually, instead of throwing it up on screen, I'm just going to... I'm just gonna go ahead and write it out. Alright, here we go. Gonna write it down. Actually, I think I need to type this out. In a nice, normal font. Okay, let's try about like 200 on that. All right. Okay, here we go. And get a nice, okay, now I need a nice bold. Because we're kooky, we're crazy, and a little bit insane. So. Here we go. There we go. Here we are, everybody. Animatic. There we go, everybody. Animatic with Comic Auzi. So that's what we're going to call it. I think this will be awesome. Alright, and that's about 2 hours now. We've got a bit of a discussion. We watched God Rocks. Son of a bitch. And next week my house is being fumigated, so we're going to hold off on Animatic returning. But the week after that, we will be back with a brand new title and everything. So, until the next time, I want y'all to remember, it's a hot summer, so please, please, please drink plenty of liquids. And remember to stay hydrated in that regard. Take care, stay safe, and be kind in all that you do. Good night, everybody!